Stop scrolling right now. Before your thumb moves, before the distraction of this world pulls you away, I need you to pause. Yes, you. This message did not find you by accident, and it is not a coincidence that your eyes are resting on this screen at this exact second. Out of the millions of voices competing for your attention today, heaven has handpicked you to hear this one. The enemy wants you to scroll past. He is whispering in your mind right now that this is just another video, just another random suggestion. He is terrified because he knows that if you stay, if you truly listen to what I am about to declare over your life, the chains of anxiety and sorrow will shatter. I am speaking to you, the one who has been carrying a weight so heavy that your spirit is exhausted. I saw what happened behind closed doors, when the lights went out, when the world went quiet, and when you thought you were completely alone. I was there. I saw the tears you desperately tried to hide from everyone else. I saw the moments when you fell to the floor, gasping for air, wondering how you were going to survive the pain that was crushing your chest. You put on such a brave face for the world. You smile, you help others, you show up when people need you. But inside your soul is tired. You have whispered prayers into the empty darkness, asking, God, do you even see what they did to me? Do you see what I lost? Are you even there? My precious child, I heard every single word. Every silent sob that shook your body reached my throne room like a thunderous plea. I did not turn my face away from you in your darkest hour. When you felt the most abandoned, I was holding you the tightest. The people who hurt you, the situations that broke you, they thought no one was watching. They thought their actions in the shadows would remain hidden forever. But I am the God who sees in the dark. I saw the betrayal. I saw the unfairness. I saw the quiet battles you fought when you had absolutely no strength left to fight. You have questioned your worth. You have wondered if the pain you survived was a punishment. It was not. The silence in that room was not my absence. It was the sacred space where I was gathering your broken pieces. People saw the smile you wore the next morning, but I saw the agony of the night before. I saw the way you felt completely invisible to the universe, but you have never been invisible to me. Do not leave yet. The story does not end with your brokenness in that room. What I am about to reveal to you concerning those closed doors will change the trajectory of your entire life. If your heart is beating faster right now, if you feel a stirring in your spirit, that is my presence confirming this is for you. Stay with me. Breathe deeply. Let my peace wash over you as I turn the page of your life. I know you have carried the weight of the injustice. You have replayed those moments in your mind 1,000 times, wondering what you did wrong to deserve such heartbreak. The enemy has tried to convince you that your suffering was a sign of your unworthiness. He whispered relentless lies in those quiet hours, telling you that you were forgotten, that justice would never come, and that you would always be defined by the scars left behind those closed doors. But I am here to tell you that the enemy is a liar. The pain that was meant to break you, the betrayal that was designed to destroy your future, I am turning it entirely upside down. What was meant for your ruin, I am actively transforming into your greatest revelation. You see, my beloved child, when you were weeping in secret, heaven was not silent. Heaven was preparing. I was standing in the very room with you, capturing every tear, measuring every ounce of your sorrow, and placing it on the scales of my justice. You thought the silence meant I was angry with you, or worse, that I was indifferent. But silence is often the sound of heaven, working behind the scenes. The master builder does not always make noise while laying the deepest foundations. I was laying a foundation of unshakable strength within your spirit. I allowed you to be pressed, not to crush you, but to extract the pure oil of endurance, empathy, and faith that you did not even know you possessed. The people who walked away when you needed them most did not realize they were simply making room for the divine connections I am about to bring into your life. The doors that slammed in your face, echoing with such cruel finality, were not rejections. They were my divine protection. I closed those doors because I saw what was behind them, and I love you far too much to let you settle for a space that was too small for the destiny I have written for you. You have mourned the loss of things and people that were actually holding you back from your true purpose. Now I am calling you to dry your eyes and look forward. Do not let the pain of the past convince you that your future is barren. The season of weeping in the shadows is expiring right now. The spiritual atmosphere in your room is shifting even as you listen to these words. But there is a specific instruction you must follow to step into this new season. A vital step the enemy desperately hopes you will ignore. Keep your heart open, because what I am about to tell you will unlock the very door you thought was sealed shut forever. You have asked me time and time again why I did not intervene sooner, why I allowed the people you trusted to walk away, and why I let the situation reach a breaking point. Listen to me closely now. What you perceived as my delay was actually my divine rescue. If I had answered your prayers exactly the way you wanted, exactly when you asked, you would have been chained to a life that was vastly beneath your calling. I had to let the illusion shatter so you could see the truth. I had to let the false foundations crumble so I could build your life on solid rock. The enemy wanted you to believe that the tearing down of your life was an act of destruction, but it was an act of holy demolition. I was clearing the ground for a masterpiece. Do not let the bitterness of what happened behind those closed doors poison the beautiful future I have prepared for you. The hardest instruction I will give you in this season is this: you must release the need for an apology from those who hurt you. You must let go of the desire to prove your innocence to people who were committed to misunderstanding you. Vengeance is mine, and I will repay, but your vindication will not look like a petty argument. Your vindication will be the overwhelming, undeniable blessing I am about to pour out over your life. While they are busy whispering about your past, I am actively writing your future. The warfare you have been experiencing lately, the sudden waves of anxiety, the physical exhaustion, the restless nights where sleep escapes you, is not a sign that you are losing the battle. It is the absolute proof that you are on the verge of your greatest victory. The enemy does not attack empty vessels. He only attacks the ones who carry a heavy anointing, the ones who are positioned to break generational curses and usher in unprecedented breakthroughs. He is trying to exhaust you into giving up right before the finish line. I am commanding you right now, do not lay down your armor. Do not surrender to the fatigue. The shift is already happening in the spiritual realm. I am dispatching angels with specific orders concerning your finances, your health, and your peace of mind. The doors that were locked are already beginning to unlatch. But there is a secret to walking through them, a truth about your identity that the world has tried to steal from you. If you understand this next revelation, nothing will ever hold you back again. The truth the enemy desperately wants to hide from you is this: you are not what happened to you behind those closed doors. You are not the rejection. You are not the failure. You are not the hurtful, venomous words that were spoken over you when you were most vulnerable. Those things were temporary events, but they are absolutely not your eternal identity. You are my beloved child, chosen before the foundations of the world, and stamped with a royal seal of grace that no human hand, no mistake, and no tragedy can ever erase or diminish. I saw how you internalized their cruel words. I watched as you stood in front of the mirror, picking apart your own reflection, silently believing the lies that you were somehow fundamentally flawed, broken beyond repair, or unworthy of true, unconditional love. I wept when you wept, because I saw my beautiful, perfect creation breaking under the crushing weight of someone else's brokenness. The people who hurt you were fighting their own unseen demons, projecting their own unhealed wounds and deep insecurities onto your gentle spirit. Their inability to love you properly was never a reflection of your lack of worth. It was entirely a reflection of their lack of wholeness. Today, I am stepping in as your ultimate defender and healer. I am washing away the dark stains of those haunting memories. Right now, in this very moment, I am speaking divine peace over the turbulent, anxious waters of your mind. Let my voice be the loudest truth in your head today. I am actively replacing your spirit of heaviness with a radiant garment of praise. You do not have to carry the suffocating shame of what was done to you any longer, nor do you have to carry the agonizing guilt of the mistakes you made while you were just trying to survive the pain. I have already forgiven you, my child. Now I need you to take the hardest step of all. I need you to forgive yourself. As you finally let go of that heavy, toxic baggage, your hands will be empty enough to receive the magnificent blessings I am bringing next. The restoration I am orchestrating for you is not just a simple replacement of what you lost in that dark season. It is a supernatural multiplication. But to step into this abundant multiplication, you must recognize the subtle, deceptive trap the enemy has laid right in front of your feet today. If you fall for this illusion, your breakthrough will be delayed once again. Listen carefully, because this is exactly how you will defeat him. The trap the enemy has laid for you right now is the deceptive trap of familiar pain. He knows he cannot stop the new season I am bringing into your life, so he is desperately trying to convince you to look backward. He wants you to obsess over the past. He wants you to ask, what if I had tried harder? What if I could have fixed them? He is trying to lure you back into the exact same emotional prison I just miraculously broke you out of. He wants you to keep knocking on a door that I have permanently sealed shut for your own protection. My precious child, do not fall for the illusion that familiar misery is somehow safer than an unknown blessing. Do not let the paralyzing fear of stepping into the new keep you anchored to a past that almost destroyed your spirit. I am telling you with absolute urgency today, do not look back at those closed doors. Do not romanticize the places or the relationships where your soul was starved of love, respect, and peace. I have completely removed you from that toxic environment because your spirit was suffocating, even if your mind could not fully comprehend it at the time. If you keep staring at the ruins of your past, you will completely miss the magnificent, beautiful future I am building for you right now. The enemy also wants to isolate you. He whispers into your quiet moments that no one will ever truly understand you, that you are too broken for genuine connection, and that it is far safer to build massive, impenetrable walls around your heart. But I am the God of complete restoration. I am about to bring people into your life who will love you with the purity, loyalty, and consistency you have always prayed for. To receive them, however, your heart must remain tender. You must lay down the heavy bricks of your defensive walls and allow my perfect love to cast out your deep-seated fears. I know that stepping into the unknown is terrifying. Your mind craves the predictable, even if that predictability brings you pain. But I am asking you today to trade your need for control for a posture of complete, radical surrender. The miracles I have prepared for you cannot be analyzed by your human logic. They can only be received by your faith. If you are willing to trust me blindly in this season, I will lead you into a clearing where the sunlight of my favor will finally warm your weary soul. But there is a specific, undeniable sign I am going to send you in the coming days to confirm your next step, and you must be spiritually awake to recognize it. The sign I am sending you will not come in the form of a loud, earth-shattering event, nor will it be something that causes confusion or anxiety. The sign will be an overwhelming, inexplicable peace that suddenly settles over your spirit right in the middle of a chaotic situation, when the storm is raging around you, and by all human logic you should be falling apart. You will suddenly feel an anchor drop deep within your soul. That is me. That profound, quiet stillness is my Holy Spirit confirming that you are walking exactly where I have called you to walk. When you feel that peace, do not second guess it. Do not let your logical mind talk you out of the spiritual revelation I am handing you. The enemy knows this sign is coming, and he is terrified of the clarity it will bring to your life. Because of this, he is going to attempt to flood your environment with petty distractions and unnecessary noise. He will try to stir up sudden conflicts with people around you, unexpected financial frustrations, or a sudden wave of physical fatigue that makes you want to do nothing but sleep and give up. I need you to recognize these attacks for exactly what they are. They are not signs that you are on the wrong path. They are the desperate, flailing attempts of a defeated enemy trying to keep you from recognizing the open door I have placed right in front of you. I see how incredibly tired you are, my child. I see that your spiritual muscles are aching from standing in faith for so long without seeing the physical manifestation of your prayers. You have been carrying the weight of the waiting season, and it has worn you down to the core of your being. You have said, "Lord, I just do not have the strength to fight another battle." But I am not asking you to fight this next battle. I am asking you to stand still and let me fight it for you. My strength is made absolutely perfect in your deepest weakness. When you feel like you have nothing left to give, that is the exact moment my supernatural grace takes over completely. Rest in my arms today. Give me the heavy armor you have been wearing to protect yourself. But be incredibly vigilant in the coming hours, because right before the breakthrough manifests, the enemy will always play his final, most deceptive card. There is a specific distraction he is about to place in your path, and if you are not prepared, it could derail the blessing. Listen closely, because I am going to expose his strategy right now. The distraction the enemy is about to send will not look like a blatant attack. It will look dangerously like an answered prayer. He is going to present you with a counterfeit opportunity, or perhaps even bring a person from your past right back to your doorstep. This imitation will look incredibly appealing because it will offer you a quick, immediate fix to the pain and the waiting you have endured. The enemy has studied your habits. He knows exactly what your flesh desires and what your lonely heart craves. He will package his deception to look almost exactly like the blessing you have been crying out for. But I am urgently warning you today, do not take the bait. If you grab onto the counterfeit out of impatience, you will delay the authentic, supernatural miracle I have already dispatched to you. You must exercise intense, unwavering spiritual discernment in this specific hour. How will you know the difference between my divine blessing and the enemy's clever trap? The counterfeit will always bring a subtle, lingering sense of anxiety. It will require you to compromise your boundaries, rush your decisions, or step out of the quiet, anchoring peace I just placed inside your heart. My true blessings never add sorrow to your life, and they never force you to strive, manipulate, or hustle to keep them. What I have ordained for you will flow naturally, and it will be entirely wrapped in that undeniable, unshakable peace I promised you. I am allowing this counterfeit to present itself not to punish you, but to test your faith and your trust in my perfect timing. I need to see if you are finally ready to choose my absolute best over your immediate temporary comfort. I need to know if you have truly learned to value your own worth enough to walk away from anything that does not honor the heavy, beautiful anointing on your life. When this distraction appears, do not engage with it. Do not entertain the conversation. Do not second guess your intuition, and do not try to fix what I have already exposed to you as broken. Turn your back on the illusion and keep your eyes entirely fixed on me. Your obedience in walking away from this specific familiar trap is the final key that will unlock the floodgates of your actual breakthrough. As you pass this vital test, something miraculous is going to begin happening, not just in your spirit, but in your physical body. A profound healing that you did not even realize you desperately needed. Let me tell you exactly what this physical shift is going to feel like, because it is going to surprise you completely. For years, your physical body has kept the agonizing score of the trauma your mind has desperately tried to suppress. I see the way you carry the stress in your shoulders, the way your chest tightens with unexplained anxiety, and the way you wake up feeling utterly exhausted, even after a full night of sleep. The spiritual warfare you have been enduring has taken a severe physical toll on you. Your nervous system has been locked in a state of constant survival, waiting for the next bad thing to happen, bracing for the next betrayal, and preparing for the next disappointment. But I am the great physician, and my healing does not stop at your spirit. It permeates every single cell of your physical body. Right now, I am commanding the heavy, suffocating spirit of heaviness and chronic fatigue to release its grip on you. I am breathing a divine, supernatural reset into your nervous system. In the coming days, you are going to experience a physical lightness that you have not felt in decades. The lingering brain fog that has made it so difficult to concentrate is going to completely evaporate. The tightness in your chest will dissolve into a profound, expansive peace. For the first time in a very long time, you are going to lay your head on your pillow and experience deep, uninterrupted, restorative sleep. You will no longer wake up in the middle of the night with your heart racing, haunted by the shadows of your past or the anxieties of your future. I am assigning my warring angels to stand guard at the four corners of your room, securing your peace while you rest. You have been fighting so hard just to survive, but you were never created merely to survive. You were created to thrive abundantly. As your physical body begins to release the trauma it has been storing, you are going to feel a sudden surge of creative energy and renewed passion for life. The dreams and hobbies you abandoned because you were simply too tired to pursue them are going to awaken inside of you once again. You will catch yourself smiling for no logical reason, and you will finally feel safe enough to let your guard down. This physical and emotional healing is absolutely necessary for what happens next. I had to restore your strength because the blessing I am about to hand you requires a vessel that is whole and ready to receive it. As your mind finally becomes clear and your body rests, your spiritual eyes will be opened to recognize the unexpected messenger I am sending into your life. This messenger is carrying a specific key you have been waiting a very long time to receive, and the way they enter your life will completely shock you. The messenger I am sending to you will not come with a loud announcement, nor will they be someone you would naturally expect. In fact, they might be a complete stranger, or someone currently on the periphery of your life, whom you have barely noticed. They are not coming to take from you, as so many others have in your past. They are being sent with a specific divine assignment to pour into your life. You have spent so many years being the strong one, the one who rescues everyone else, the one who listens to everyone else's problems, while silently carrying your own heavy burdens. But in this new season, I am completely flipping the script. I am sending someone to hold the door open for you. When this encounter happens, you will know it instantly by the profound resonance deep within your spirit. They will speak a word, offer an unexpected opportunity, or provide a piece of wisdom that aligns so perfectly with the secret prayers you have prayed behind closed doors that it will leave you utterly speechless. This is the key I mentioned. It might be a literal opportunity, a sudden career shift, a financial breakthrough, or an open door for relocation. Or it might be the exact emotional confirmation you have been agonizing over for years. Whatever form it takes, this key will effortlessly unlock the massive, rusted iron gate that has been blocking your progress and keeping you feeling stuck. But here is where you must be incredibly careful, my child. Your extreme independence has become a trauma response. Because you were let down so severely by the people you loved and trusted, you have built a massive fortress around yourself. You have convinced yourself that the only way to truly be safe is to do everything entirely on your own. You secretly tell yourself, I don't need anyone's help, but that is not faith. That is fear masquerading as strength. To receive this messenger and the magnificent blessing they carry, you must gently lay down your defensive pride. You must be willing to be vulnerable enough to say, yes, I accept this, and graciously receive the blessing without feeling like you suddenly owe a massive, impossible debt. I am actively teaching you how to be loved and supported properly. I am teaching you how to receive without the crippling anxiety of waiting for the other shoe to drop. The love and favor I am sending you do not come with hidden conditions or cruel strings attached. This messenger is just the very first drop of rain in the massive restorative downpour I am releasing over your entire life. As you finally step through the gate that this key unlocks, the entire landscape of your life is going to change dramatically. Let me show you exactly what this new, beautiful territory looks like, because your long, exhausting season of barrenness is officially over. Welcome to the season of the supernatural overflow. For years you have lived in a spiritual, emotional, and physical desert. You learned how to survive on the absolute bare minimums, the bare minimum of affection, the bare minimum of financial provision, the bare minimum of support, and the bare minimum of peace. You became so profoundly accustomed to the drought that you actually convinced yourself that living in constant lack was simply your permanent reality. You thought that just because you were surviving the harsh conditions, you were somehow fulfilling your purpose. But mere survival is not what I created you for. I am now actively transitioning you from a long, exhausting era of just getting by into a magnificent, unprecedented era of thriving. The new territory you are stepping into right now is characterized by a divine, supernatural acceleration. What took other people 10 grueling years to build, I am going to accomplish in your life in a matter of mere months. The seeds of prayer that you planted while crying on the floor, the seeds of kindness you sowed when people were unnecessarily cruel to you, and the seeds of relentless faith you scattered when your heart was entirely broken. They did not die in the dry soil. They have been quietly germinating in the dark, and they are about to sprout all at once. You are going to experience a spiritual and physical harvest so massive, so sudden, and so undeniably orchestrated by heaven that it will completely overwhelm you. You will look around and wonder how your entire life transformed so beautifully in the blink of an eye. But to successfully live in this new land of abundance, you have to completely shed the restrictive, fearful mindset of the desert. You can no longer speak the anxious language of lack. You must stop nervously waiting for the other shoe to drop. When the heavy blessings begin to pour in, when the finances miraculously align, when the right relationships finally blossom, And when profound peace settles permanently in your home, the enemy will immediately whisper that it is simply too good to be true. He will desperately try to make you feel guilty for being blessed, subtly suggesting that you do not deserve this level of profound happiness. Do not listen to his pathetic lies. You have already paid a heavy price in the dark valley, and now it is your appointed time to stand in the light of the mountaintop. I am giving you breathtaking beauty in exchange for your ashes, the sweet oil of joy for your deep mourning, and a radiant garment of praise for your heavy, exhausted spirit. I need you to embrace this breathtaking abundance without a single apology, because it carries my holy, undeniable signature. However, as you begin to enjoy the fruits of this new land, there is a specific boundary you must establish immediately. If you fail to build this wall, the very people who contributed to your past pain will attempt to return and harvest what they did not plant. Listen closely to this next instruction, because it will protect your new season. The boundary you must establish in this new season of abundance is the boundary of access. When the heavy rain of my favor begins to fall on your life, it will inevitably create a beautiful, flourishing garden where there used to be a dry, barren desert. And let me tell you a profound spiritual truth. People are always drawn to the harvest. The very individuals who abandoned you in your darkest, most difficult season, the ones who watched you weep and offered no comfort, the ones who criticized your journey and doubted your calling, will suddenly notice the radiant light of my blessing upon you. They will try to walk back into your life, acting as though no damage was ever done. They will be attracted to your newfound peace, your joy, and your success, and they will want to sit at the table that I have prepared for you in the presence of your enemies. I am warning you right now, you must not give them a seat at this sacred table. Forgiveness is a mandatory command for your spiritual freedom, but access to your daily life is a privilege that must be earned. I have commanded you to forgive them so that the toxic poison of bitterness does not destroy your own heart. But I never commanded you to trust them blindly or allow them to trample through your newly planted garden. The enemy will try to use your deeply kind, forgiving nature against you. He will whisper religious-sounding lies, telling you that if you were truly a good, loving person, you would let them back in without any boundaries or consequences. That is emotional manipulation, my child, not divine love. True spiritual maturity is knowing exactly how to love someone from a distance while fiercely protecting the holy ground I have entrusted to your care. Do not feel a single ounce of guilt for saying no. Do not apologize for keeping the door firmly closed to chaos, drama, and familiar manipulation. Your peace was bought at an incredibly high price in the Valley of Tears, and I expect you to guard it relentlessly. If you allow those toxic roots to be replanted in your new, fertile soil, they will eventually choke out the beautiful blessings I have just miraculously birthed. I am giving you the spirit of wisdom and profound discernment today. You will no longer be easily swayed by empty words, fake apologies, or sudden displays of affection that lack genuine repentance. You will see right through the hidden motives of people, and you will have the supernatural boldness to walk away without looking back or second-guessing yourself. As you firmly establish these boundaries, your spiritual atmosphere will become so pure and so completely protected that the ultimate miracle I have planned can finally take root. And this ultimate miracle is not just about your personal comfort or financial stability. It is about a specific divine assignment I have placed on your life, an assignment that involves someone who is secretly watching you right now, desperately waiting for you to lead the way. The divine assignment I have placed on your life is intimately connected to the very pain you just miraculously survived. You see, nothing in my kingdom is ever wasted. Not a single tear, not a single sleepless night, and certainly not the profound agony you endured behind those closed doors. There is someone in your exact sphere of influence right now, perhaps a family member, a distant friend, or even a complete stranger you are about to cross paths with, who is currently drowning in the exact same dark, terrifying waters I just pulled you out of. They are sitting in their own locked room, crying the same silent tears you cried, asking me the exact same desperate questions you asked. They are wearing a brave, smiling mask in public, but their spirit is utterly crushed. They have been secretly watching you. They saw you walk into the fiery furnace of your trials, and they are watching you walk out without even the smell of smoke on your clothes. They are desperately waiting to see if it is actually possible to survive such deep betrayal, profound loss, and heartbreaking rejection. Your miraculous recovery, your newfound peace, and your unshakable boundaries are the living, breathing proof they desperately need to hold on for just one more day. I allowed you to navigate that incredibly dark valley first, so that you could draw a highly detailed spiritual map for the captives coming up right behind you. Your survival is not just your personal victory, it is their blueprint for hope. You used to look at your past and see nothing but a tragic graveyard of broken dreams and unfair circumstances, but I am completely anointing your spiritual eyes today to look at your history and see a divine masterclass of grace. When you finally speak about what you have been through, you will no longer speak from the agonizing, bitter place of actively bleeding wounds. You will speak from the glorious, victorious platform of fully healed scars. Wounds cause pain and require hiding, but scars are the undeniable, beautiful proof of my supernatural healing. Your story, the very story the enemy tried to use to shame you into permanent silence, is about to become a powerful spiritual weapon that shatters the chains off of other people's lives. You are no longer just a survivor. You are a designated deliverer in my kingdom. However, to fully step into this magnificent sacred assignment and use your voice with the absolute authority I have given you, there is one final hidden chain that must be broken. It is a restrictive chain of intimidation that the enemy wrapped around your vocal cords a very long time ago, designed to keep you permanently quiet and fearful of judgment. Listen closely to what I am about to declare over you, because I am going to snap that heavy chain in half right now. I command the spirit of intimidation to release your vocal cords right now. For too long, the enemy convinced you that your story was too shameful to share, that people would judge you, or that your words simply did not matter. He made you believe that keeping quiet was the only way to keep the peace. But the peace you were keeping was actually a psychological prison. You were constantly shrinking yourself to make other people comfortable. You were actively hiding your magnificent light because the people around you were accustomed to living in the dark. But today, I am completely removing the gag from your mouth. I am placing my holy burning coals upon your lips, just as I did for my prophets of old. When you speak from this day forward, you will not speak with the timid, trembling, uncertain voice of a victim. You will speak with the roaring, unshakable, undeniable authority of a victor. Your newly restored voice is the exact weapon that will dismantle the enemy's camp in your family. I know you have seen the heavy generational curses of poverty, divorce, addiction, and severe depression that have plagued your bloodline for decades. The enemy arrogantly thought he could pass those exact same heavy chains onto you, and for a brief moment in that dark room, it looked like he was winning. But he made a fatal, eternal miscalculation when he tried to break you. He did not realize that I had placed a fierce breaker's anointing deep within your spirit before you were even born. You are the specific one I chose to draw the line in the sand because you survived the fire, and because you fiercely held on to my hem when everything else was falling apart, the curses stop with you. Your children and your children's children will not have to fight the terrifying demons you permanently defeated in that dark valley. When you finally open your mouth to declare my goodness, the spiritual atmosphere around you will instantly shift. The people who hear your testimony will physically feel the heavy chains falling off their own minds. You will look at them with absolute compassion and say, I know exactly how dark and terrifying it gets, but let me tell you about the God who pulled me out of the deep waters. Your beautifully healed scars will be the undeniable, living proof that no one is ever too broken, too lost, or too far gone for my magnificent grace. But you must be incredibly bold. Do not ever water down what I have done for you. Do not minimize the magnitude of your miracle, just to make it more believable or comfortable for the skeptics in the room. You have seen my glory firsthand, and you owe the enemy absolutely nothing. As you prepare to step fully into this massive, life-changing calling, I'm going to ask you to do something right now that requires a profound level of faith. It is a quiet act of spiritual surrender that will officially, permanently close the heavy iron door on your painful past. Listen closely to me, because this next step is the holy seal upon your new season, and you cannot afford to ignore it. The act of spiritual surrender I am asking of you today is not about giving up. It is about finally letting go of the heavy, exhausting need to understand exactly why everything happened the way it did. For years, your mind has been a relentless battlefield of unanswered questions. You have analyzed every painful conversation, every unexpected betrayal, and every suddenly closed door, desperately trying to find a logical reason for your profound suffering. You subconsciously thought that if you could just understand the why, you would finally find the peace your soul craves. But my beloved child, human logic will never be able to fully comprehend the intricate, magnificent tapestry of my divine providence. If I explained every detail of the intense spiritual warfare you just survived, it would completely overwhelm your human mind. I need you to trade your desperate need for explanations for a profound, unshakable trust in my character. I am inherently good. My love for you is eternal, and I have never ever made a single mistake concerning the trajectory of your life. Right now, I am asking you to take all of those agonizing questions, all the residual anger, the lingering bitterness, and the heavy what-ifs, and place them firmly into my hands. You do not need to carry the suffocating burden of figuring it all out anymore. The heavy iron door on your past cannot be fully closed and locked as long as you keep turning around to stare at the wreckage. When you finally exhale and say, Lord, I do not understand it, but I trust you completely, you break the very last chain that the enemy has been using to anchor your mind to your pain. That simple, quiet declaration of unwavering faith is the ultimate weapon of mass destruction against the kingdom of darkness. It proves to the enemy that no matter how violently they tried to break your spirit, they could never ever steal your faith. As you consciously release the painful past into my sovereign care, I am actively downloading a new, glorious, and expansive vision into your spirit. The dreams you had before you went into the valley were actually far too small. The expectations you had for your future were entirely based on what you thought you could achieve in your own limited human strength. But now you are stepping into a season of breathtaking, supernatural partnership with heaven. I am going to show you things you have never seen, and I am going to place you in rooms you never thought you were qualified to enter. You are no longer defined by the trauma you survived behind those closed doors. You are defined exclusively by the triumphant holy calling I have placed upon your life. You are about to witness the absolute full circle moment of your entire journey. The very areas of your life that caused you the deepest, most agonizing tears are about to become the exact areas that bring you the most overwhelming, undeniable joy. I am not just restoring your happiness, I am multiplying your peace to a level that will leave you absolutely breathless. But there is one final, incredibly important truth you must fully absorb before I release you into this magnificent new chapter. This final revelation is the spiritual anchor that will keep you perfectly steady when the overwhelming flood of massive blessings finally overflows your life. The final revelation I need you to anchor your soul to is this: the greatest blessing you will ever receive in this new season is not the open doors, the financial restoration, or even the new, healthy relationships. The ultimate blessing is the unshakable, unbreakable intimacy you have built with me in the dark. You have learned to recognize my voice in the deepest, most terrifying valleys, and because of that, you will never be deceived by the loud, distracting noise on the mountaintop. I am your true prize, your eternal shield, and your exceedingly great reward when the abundance begins to flow, and I promise you it will flow mightily. It will not sweep you away in arrogance or pride, because your feet are now firmly, permanently planted on the solid rock of my unconditional love. The people who hurt you behind those closed doors thought they were leaving you with absolutely nothing. But by stripping away everything you falsely relied on, they inadvertently pushed you straight into my waiting arms. And now you possess a profound spiritual wealth that no thief can ever steal, no economic crisis can diminish, and no human betrayal can ever touch. You carry the very kingdom of heaven inside your healed heart. You are completely whole, completely forgiven, and fiercely protected. Right now, I am officially sealing this new, magnificent chapter over your life. I decree that the long, exhausting days of your weeping are permanently over. The heavy, suffocating garments of mourning have been completely burned away by my holy fire, and you are now dressed in the radiant, brilliant robes of a victor. As you walk forward today, I command the supernatural winds of favor to blow powerfully at your back. I command every crooked path in your future to be made perfectly straight. You will not stumble, you will not fail, and you will not have to look back over your shoulder in paralyzing fear ever again. The exact same God who fiercely protected you in the valley of shadows is the God who is now actively crowning you with unprecedented glory in the very presence of your enemies. If your spirit strongly bears witness to this message today, if you can physically feel the heavy chains finally falling off your tired shoulders, I need you to take a bold, prophetic action right now. Declare your absolute faith by typing in the comments, "I completely surrender to my new season." Share this exact message with someone who is secretly drowning in their own locked room, so that my healing light can violently shatter their chains too. Stay connected to this space, subscribe, and keep your heart open, because I have so much more to reveal to you in the beautiful days ahead. Now take a deep breath, my precious beloved child. The storm has passed. The dawn has finally broken. Go forward in absolute, unshakable peace. For I am with you today, tomorrow, and for all of eternity.